Hello everyone, welcome to Study with Manjula and I am your friend Manjula Sri. So in this video we are going to start a new topic from the subject maths, that is understanding shapes, which comes under the geometry. This is of class 8. So in this lesson we are going to see these topics in this video. That is, the first comes the basic geometrical concepts about geometry. In this, some of the basic concepts you have to know to go further in the lesson. Next comes the angles. So in this lesson, the lesson is mainly based upon the angles. We will learn about the angles and their pair of angles. About the angles classified according to their degrees and pair of angles, parallel lines, condition of parallelism and property of angles associated with parallel lines. We will learn about geometrical concepts, about the angles we'll learn, and if we'll get what are angles, then we'll learn what are the pairs of angles, and then we'll come to the parallel lines. Parallel lines means these two lines, it's in a rough diagram I'm showing you. See, these two lines are parallel, they will never join at any place. That is known as parallel lines. If you have known, well and good. Next comes the condition of parallelism and these parallel lines and condition of parallelism, they are not separate topics, but in the topics we'll see some terms. And the property of angles associated with parallel lines, that means whatever the topics we learn in the parallel lines, in the condition parallelism, how they are related to these angles or pair of angles, we will learn. And we will solve the maximum sums related to them. Okay, now let us start with basic geometrical concepts. Fundamental geometric concepts. So in this fundamental geometric concepts, we will learn some 9 fundamental geometric concepts in this video. Okay, so the first comes the main one, that is the point. Yes, if you have learned geometry in your small classes, first point will come, that is the point. Okay, now what is a point? A point is a position. It is a mark of position to determine a location. We can define a point as it is a mark of position, it determines the location. We represent a point by a capital or a small letter. Like example, point, we will represent it either A or represent it either A. Anything it can go. Okay, so you can write the definition of what is a point. Okay, now the second one comes line. Second one comes the line. We can define line as it is a straightness which extends indefinitely in both the directions. Okay, so it is a straightness which extends indefinitely in both the directions. Indefinitely means it will not have a certain point, it will not have a certain ending point. Like, see, this is a line. Okay, this is a line, and it can extend in both the directions. So we represent a line by this, by keeping two arrow marks at its end, but we will represent it. So directly we cannot give it as a line, so we have to represent it with 2 points, that is one A and B. Okay, this is the line. Now in short form, how to represent a line is, we will represent it as C, A, B. So we'll represent it as in this way, A, B. We'll keep the arrows in both the direction. Now what is a line? It is a straightness which extends indefinitely in both the directions. It will extend. It never has any end point. It doesn't have any end point, and it will extend in both the directions. Okay. Now let us go to the third one, that is line segment. Line segment. Now what is line segment? It is a straightness which has an end point. Now how we'll represent a line segment is C. Not representation. Now how it looks is, see, this is a point, we'll name it as A, and there is a line, and at the end we will give it as B. Now read the definition. It is a straightness which has end points, and it will not extend any further. It has one end point, and this is one end point. It will not extend either in this direction or either in this direction. Now we will represent a line segment as A, B. Okay, A, B. In this way we will represent, or B, A, or B, A. Anything, you can give the point any name, whether you can give BC or AC, AD, anything you can give. It's your wish. Okay, now let's go to the fourth one, that is a ray. Now the fifth one is ray. Now what is a ray? We will define it as, it is a straightness it is a straightness which can be extended in one direction and the other end is closed, or you can write fixed. Okay, now once read the definition. It is a straightness which can be extended in one direction and the other end is closed or fixed, you can write. Now how it will look is, see, it has one end point. I have named that point as A. Now it will extend in one direction, but the other end is fixed. It will extend in one direction, but the other end will be fixed. Suppose this A point is the fixed one, in other end it can extend off. Now how you will represent a ray is A, or you can keep the point any name. I have given B or A, anything you can write. Till here it's clear, right? Now the next comes, now incidence axiom on lines. So this term is the new one. This means this incidence axiom on lines, it have three types. That is, one is through a given point when infinite, that means many lines pass, it's known as incidence axiom on lines. That means, see, the first one comes, where is my red pen? Right. See, this is a point. I have given that name O. I have given that name O. And many lines are passing through it. Many lines are passing through it. That is, this is one line. This is one line. This is one line. This is one line. Still many lines are passing through it. I have see, line I have to represent by representing the with arrows. Now I have given one name to each and every line. This is L, this is M, and this is N. I have drawn three lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That means 4 lines. I have drawn P. This one P. Okay. L, M, and P. 4 lines I have drawn. This is one of the incidence axiom on lines. And other one is, two distinct points in a plane determine a unique line. That means this is a line. When 2 points determine that line, that means here one point and here one point. This is one A and this is B. And the third type is, infinite number of points lie on the line. If many points lie on a line, that means, see, this is a line. This is a line. I have given the name of the line is L, and there are infinite points. That is, here I have point A, I have point B, here I have point C, here I have D, here I have E, F, G, and H. Many points are there on a same line. That's also known as incidence axiom on line. So these three are of the incidence axiom on lines. Understood? Now the next one comes the collinear points. Collinear points. What is this collinear points? When there are three or more than 3 points which lie on a same line are called collinear points. That means, see, I have a line here. I have a line here. I have named it as L again. So, if there are points on the same line, then those points are known as collinear points. So I have three collinear points on the line L. What are those collinear points? One is A, one is B, and one is C. And there are other type of points like C. I have named this point as E and this one as F. Now I will say, what are these points E and F known as? So they have a special category of points. They have a special category of point, that is, they are known as non-collinear. Non-collinear. That means they are not collinear. If the points which do not lie on any line, they are known as non-collinear points. Understood? Now, next comes the concurrent lines. Concurrent line means the lines which pass through a single point. The lines which pass through a single point. So, the point is O. Now, there are many lines passing through that point O. This is one line, this is one line, this is one line, this is another line. Okay, now I will say that in the figure the lines P, Q, R and S intersect. That means they join through the points, that means they pass through the points, intersect this point O. So whatever the lines they are there, these lines are known as what? Concurrent lines. The lines which pass through a point, which the many lines, if many lines pass through the same point, then it is known as what? Concurrent lines. Now I will ask, what are the concurrent lines of the point O? Then you have to answer P, Q, R and S. Okay. Now the next type of line comes the intersecting lines. The next type of line comes intersecting lines. Intersecting lines are, see, if there are two lines, see here this is the line, this is a line L, and other line I have M. Okay, now I will say line L is intersecting with the line M at the point O. L and M are the intersecting points. So these intersecting points intersect at the point. This point is known as intersect. The place where they join is known as intersect point. So the point where these L and M line intersect are at point O. Okay. Now the last one comes the parallel lines. I have said you what is a parallel line. See, okay. So again I have taken, this is point L and this is point M. So this L and M are the parallel lines. They will never join at any point. They will never intersect. If you take the distance between, in this place, if you take the distance, that means I have given this line name A and this line name B and this line name C. Okay. So if I take the measurement between at the line A, the distance, if it is the distance about 1 centimeter, then at the line B also it will be 1 centimeter. At the line C also it will be 1 centimeter only. They will never join at any place. Understood? So now whatever we have, what we learned about the what is point, we have learned about line, we have learned line segment, we have learned line segment, we have learned about ray, what is a ray we have learned, and incidence, axiom on line we have learned, and collinear point. Next comes concurrent lines. Next comes intersecting lines, and next last one comes the parallel lines. Okay. So in this video we have covered what are the fundamental geometrical concepts. The geometrical concepts, what are the basic ones we have learned. If you will know correctly what are these terms, then you can go further to the lesson. You can understand whatever. See, in the lesson, when we go to the further in the lesson, I will not use the term that this point is going through this point, this line is going through this line. I will not use that lengthy ones. I will just use in the short form these terms. So you have to prepare with these terms to go further into the lesson. So in this video, this is the matter which we have covered. In the next video, I will meet you about the angles. Till then, thank you.